Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to learn how to update data using JdbcClient in Spring Boot, step by step, with live coding. So stick around, we're going to see everything in action. Over the last few videos, we've already built a strong foundation. We saw how to insert data, fetch a single employee, and even get a list of employees with filters and pagination, all using JdbcClient. If you haven't checked those out yet, make sure to watch them first, because today, we're going to build right on top of that knowledge. Alright. So in this video, we're going to implement the update employee functionality using JdbcClient. Take a look at my screen. Inside our employee service, we're calling two methods from the repository, and this whole thing is running inside a transaction. First, we call findByEmployeeID for update. This fetches the employee record and locks it. Then we call updateEmployee, which actually updates the employee's details. So today, we'll implement both of these methods one by one. Let's start with findByEmployeeID for update. Now look at my screen. Inside employee named JdBc repository, we already have this method implemented. And if you compare it with findByEmployeeID, it's almost identical. The only difference is in the SQL. We just add for update at the end. That's what actually locks the row so no other transaction can modify it while we're updating. Super simple, right? So let's do the same thing using JdbcClient. We'll just copy the findByEmployeeID method and paste it, and modify the query to include for update. Done. Our locking version is ready. Next up, let's implement the updateEmployee method, which will update our employee data. We'll copy the SQL query from employee named JdBc repository. And paste it here. Now, let's call the SQL method of JdbcClient and pass our update query. Since we already have the employee object, we need to pass the corresponding values for the named parameters in the query. Now, there are two ways to do this. Option 1. We can pass each parameter one by one. Option 2. We can directly pass the employee object. The cool part is, JdbcClient will automatically map the field names from the object to the named parameters in the query. I'm going to use the permSource method and directly pass our employee object. Alright, now that we've set up the SQL method and passed the employee object using permSource, we're ready for the final step. To actually execute the update query, we need to call the update method of JdbcClient. This method will execute the SQL query and apply the changes to the database. Call the update method right after passing the parameters, and this will update our employee data in the database. Alright, it's done. The update method will return a count, which tells us how many rows were updated. Logging the number of rows updated. Okay, the update method is complete. Now, let's start the application. Alright, switching over to Postman now. I'm going to update the employee with ID 46. But first, let's check what the current data looks like. Hits the FetchEmployee API with employee ID 46. Here's the response. Employee ID 46 currently has name, Pankaj, age 38, department QA. Cool. Now let's update this record. We'll change the employee name to Mohit. Set the age to 38. And update the department to HR. Let's hit our update API with these new values. Awesome. Update was successful. Let's quickly fetch the updated record and double-check if everything looks good. See, the data is updated perfectly. Employee ID 46 now shows. Name, Mohit, age 38 and department, HR. Everything's working just the way we wanted. Alright, so in today's video we successfully updated employee records using JdbcClient in Spring Boot, cleanly and efficiently. We saw how to fetch a record with a lock using for update, and then how to perform the actual update using named parameters. Up next we'll learn how to delete data using JdbcClient, so don't miss it. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, comment any doubts, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.